Hi Capricorn, let's do your reading. So this is just pre-shuffle. We'll put these back and start again, but wow, powerful pre-shuffle. So there's a tower. That's when everything comes crumbling down, but this has a very, see how this person is holding it up. So there's so far it looks like there's a tower that's somebody's trying to hold it all together. Something also maybe keeping something under lock and key or hidden, which is, I'm picking up on it's like don't let others see, don't let anybody in because they'll see what's really going on. Wow. Also getting from this that appearances, maybe that keep up appearances because it might be shocking, like if others saw what was really going on, or Four of Pentacles. This is fear of lack as well. Let me just pull one more on that and then we'll lay out a spread. Yeah, secrets. Oh, okay. Well, so there's some sort of secrets, and again, I mean, this is y'all are going to get a strong reading. We've got the Moon card. That's illusions. That's secrets, and this is pulling pain for me. So someone in your environment, or you, or a person that you're dealing with, is dealing with hiding a lot of pain, but they're still holding up appearances. Ten of Swords is also an ending. I don't know how that comes to play. But anyway, that's just pre-shuffle. We'll see. That may not even, we may get a totally different story when we lay out the spread. But I just want to say that there's so much, you know, I always study neuroscience. There's so much, they're discovering so much evidence around, you know, things that you feel like you have to hide from other people, that can be very damaging to our psyche, and also isolating. So that did have a strong element of isolating. It could have been from isolating after a painful ending, but hopefully we'll get something else. Okay, Three of Wands. So this is progress and long-term goals. So there's an element of the braids represent longevity for me. I'm going to show you what was at the bottom of the deck because that's going to be relevant. The Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Hangman is somebody that's upside down, but being, you know, being kind of in a stuck position. But that's not always a bad thing if you use that time to progress, okay? And see, you know, learn, grow, heal. Oh my gosh, you guys. So here we go. Long-term progress, I think, is being delayed because there's some sort of isolation or failure to ask for help. It's like under lock and key. But what you don't realize, I think this is probably going to be a really strong spirit message from spirit. What you don't realize is that there's damage coming from long term, you know. There might be an element of, well, I'll get back into the social world, or I'll see my friends once I get this under control. And I think this is asking you to rethink that, because long term, you know, that's not the best route. It'd be better to ask for help. I'm getting a lot out of just a few cards. Let's just keep going. Five of Pentacles. Abandonment. Feeling left out in the cold. So recent past. Nine of Cups. Self-love. Page of Cups. A message. Doesn't even have to be a substantial message, but a message. Oh, you guys, I don't like this at all. 8 of Swords. That's, yeah, feeling isolated, trapped. But look, there's angel wings here, and that cage is open. This angel needs to spread those wings and reach out, get out. Even this one, even the Hangman has this zipper. See? There's like a whole blue sky out there. Somebody's feeling like, this is so not a typical Capricorn energy. And this might be, I might be picking up on a lot of cross-watcher. Six of Wands. That's big, like recognition and success. This is how others view you, I believe. Page of Swords. A good steward. Very good at learning, observing. This dandelion, those often represent twin flame for me. And they don't show up much in tarot readings. Nine of Wands. This is a very, very strong reading about, you know, battle wounds or embracing flaws, embracing scars, and embracing difficulties or trials as just part of the journey and opportunities to heal and grow instead of hiding them. This is so heavy. Sorry, babes. Maybe, you know, click off. I don't ever want a reading to bring you down if it doesn't apply. Justice. Love it. So this could all have to do with a karmic situation or a legal situation that has you down. Maybe, I wonder if this is a warning. Somebody might be like under some sort of like house arrest, or maybe it's self-imposed house arrest, you know, but this is got a strong element of being locked up long term, and it's not good. This reading is a little above my head. Sorry to say. Justice, balance, fairness, legal system possibly. That sword is up, so things are still not, these are things needing to be balanced out, but this is a good sign that they will be balanced out. This, I'm going to have to dig a little bit more, and we're going to get a process, which is this new deck I have that I freaking love. High Vibe. Oh, look where I just split the deck. It like gives you a little process to do every day. Interesting. I'm going to read that one. It says for hard times. So somebody is going through some hard times. But we're going to dive deep into this and get some angel messages. Eight of Wands with umbrellas. I feel like I need to shuffle. I'll keep this one out, but I feel like I need to shuffle. The Tower, the New Beginning. Okay. So, goes along with the reading. I'm not sure about this Eight of Wands. This is forward motion. I think there's a need to, something about freedom. I mean, there's two cages here. And then, see, this is like lock and key. And then this is the opposite. It's about freedom, and the Fool card is about freeing yourself of baggage. You guys may have to free yourself of somebody that is dealing with something really heavy, because it's going to bring you down long term. Or somebody around you is hiding that this is going on. But this Fool card is a new beginning, and the Fool is somebody who starts out fresh. They can be naive, so it can imply, naivete, but it's typically somebody that starts out on a new journey and they free themselves of baggage. So there is something really big and heavy holding you guys back. And I think instead of, some of you might be pretending or thinking that you'll get back into circulation or start leaning on friends later, but there's something that I feel is being hidden, and it's not good long term. We'll see what the angel message says, but this is what I'm getting, is to free yourself of the burden of keeping it secret. Yeah, look at that. It's a secret. Somebody's trying to hold it all together on, I think it's like an isolation thing. Like, it's hard to freaking hold it. Sometimes just talking about it, you got to lean on support groups. They're also proving that support is one of those, as an extra pillar of health and longevity, or even just health, mental health, physical health. It was exercise, food, purpose, all that. They've actually added support system to that, to that scenario. That's like one of the key factors of healthy people. It's pretty profound how people that have support groups and don't try to handle everything by themselves are healthier. And also, this is really screaming it's time to get out of a difficult situation, because it's not going to, I don't want to say it's not going to get better. This is trying to handle it on your own is not benefiting. And we've got possibly some warnings about long term here. Long term with these this is a progress card, but in this deck with these braids, it's also represents longevity. This is screaming. This could be this difficult situation could drag on and on. I don't know. Is somebody going to jail? I don't know. That's crazy. But see, you've got like an enormous amount of potential with that Wheel of Fortune. Again, that's forward motion. I think you're going to have to stop holding up a tower. And so that starts with, taking the first step. King of Swords. For some of you, I feel I'm picking up that it seems as if getting to where you want to go, or getting out of a difficult situation, is going to take too long, that it's overwhelming, so why bother trying? This is so not typical Capricorn, but in that scenario, I would say just take the very first step, because that first step is going to breed energy, not only, spark neurotransmitters that produce more hormones. For taking a step towards a goal can produce just as many hormones as achieving a goal. Okay, that's insane. So just take steps. And as you take those steps, you gain clarity and you gain confidence. But just because it's like there's maybe a frustration of thinking that it should happen overnight, you've got major success, but it's going to be something that, slow and stable just take steps towards. Don't expect an overnight thing. Also, when it comes to like habits and stuff, look at this. You got new love coming in. Oh my gosh. When it comes to habits, it kind of it takes like 30 days. Some people say 21 days. Some people say 30. So like if you work out for a few days, or you struggle to get out of bed for a few days, whatever, it doesn't, you have to do it. Give it 30, just commit to 21 or 30 days. 30 days better. But I think after even 10 days, you're going to see a difference. This is just kind of difficult, but okay, let's look at the bright side. You've got new love. 2 of Cups, equal love, 2 people who give, 2 people who see eye to eye. Ace of Cups, beautiful. All right, we're going to read that, and then we're going to see what's going on with your, let's see if we get an angel message. Okay, so for hard times, having a hard time with the situation, imagine that person, people, or that event being surrounded. Oh, I like that for this, because this was pulling something interesting. Being surrounded by sparkly white loving light. Make a cocoon of love around them or it. This changes the energy around the circumstances and changes you. So this might be good to apply towards like a new habit or something that you're struggling with, you know, kind of putting it in a different light. I'll let you take a picture of that. And then let's get one more. Oh, I just got super hot flashy. You guys, I've been going through so much with my freaking health. It's like, I hope I can, I mean, it's kind of gets scary because when you get into a certain place, you're like, God, am I ever going to get better? And then you start working on it. But, you know, I wonder if this has to do with y'all's health. I hope not. But remember, there's a healthy person inside of you, okay? Just trying to get out. And there's a motivated person inside of you just trying to get out. All right, mirror work. That's interesting because this was just showing and I didn't take it. So I'm going to tell you guys the process I've done that really, I think really worked, really helps me. So I put it, and it's in the community tab if you want to check it out, but I put a photo of myself as a little girl on my mirror where I have to see it, and I look at it, and I make myself look at her, and I remind myself that's still you, you know, and then I ask myself questions like, would you ever really want to let that little girl down? What are her hopes and dreams? You're the grown-up now trying to take care. You're still responsible for her. You know, can you even look at that photo and abandon her? Or put others first and not take care of yourself? It's just like, it's pretty powerful. So try that. This says, look into a mirror and make a funny face. One that brings forth a laugh or a smile. Tell yourself that you're amazing. Okay, so I think I said, okay, did I say this? I may not have said this, but I picked up a little bit on this. This was like the avoidance. Stop avoiding people because you're hiding something or not doing your best, or, you know. So it says, call a friend for a chat, schedule a time to have tea or go for a walk. We are social beings, even the most introverted of us. See if you can keep the conversation focused on what's working well in your life. If you need to vent about something, then set a timer. I love this. Set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm going to let you take a photo. Sorry about this. I got to do this to focus. If you need to vent about something, then set a timer for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, move on to another high vibe topic. That's a great idea. You guys can vent in the comments too. And if you don't want to like bring other people down by putting negative stuff in the comments, you can start the comment with vent or rant so other people don't, you know, like they don't read it unless they want to and want to offer, you know, support. You can delete it afterwards if you want. But it's really, really powerful to write things down and to get things off your chest. Now, talking to a friend, I think, is a definite must here. But I also feel like writing it down does wonders for clarity, and that might be what this was. There's a need for King of Swords, like power. A King of Swords is somebody deliberate and powerful, but there's a, you know, it's a strong mental card, clarity. So I feel like this card, maybe what I missed in this card is there's power and clarity. And I think this step one is going to be the friendship. And I think maybe step 1A is looking at that childhood photo, or looking at yourself in the mirror and that little person inside of you, that child inside of you, and remembering, how would you advise that child? Would you recommend that child isolate, or would you recommend that child talk to a friend and not try and handle it all on your own? Okay. Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say, because I really feel like this is so deep, and this was probably a message from Spirit all along. Creating heaven on earth is happening. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Yeah, powerful. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution expression. We got to read that. How crazy is that? And everything. That just, it might even just be you know, I think let me just read this and then I'll dive into what I was thinking. It's like a message from your higher self or your future self. It's like a warning from your future self. Share your voice if you see. I'm zoning out. Sorry, babe. Share your voice. Why can't I find it? Okay, 76. I also think I want to read page 40. Okay, I'm going to read page 40 just because it caught my eye. There's a shift happening right now where anything inauthentic can no longer survive. Relationships, jobs, social structures, anything built on shaky ground, which is the Tower, is destined to tumble down. So this tower that somebody's holding up is not helping, okay? It's making it worse. That tower needs to fall. It's happening to bring you back home to who you truly are, both individually and to society as a whole. So you can live a life that is in alignment with who you truly are. When you're in the thick of it, it can feel like a personal attack from the universe. So have faith, because the difficult times will be your defining moments. You will be reborn and on fire. We had that. This is confirming everything we got. I love that when they do that. Okay, so you will be born out. You are called to surrender. Stop trying to hold it all together. Loosen your grip. To let the crumbling occur. Oh. How crazy. Because I said that tower, it needs to tumble. Stop holding it up. It may be difficult at first, but in the end, the sooner you let go, the sooner the rebirthing will occur. What are you trying to hold together? What are you doing your best to avoid? How are you trying to pretend everything is okay? That gives me major chills because it's almost the exact same words I've been using. You have what it takes to allow what is falling away to tumble and fall. Once the tower has crumbled, you will be able to rebuild your home on solid ground with mighty foundations and a view that is so magnificent that it will take your breath away each new morning. Kali, the goddess of destruction. Wish I had that card. Also, this was catching my eye. What is triggering you? This other mirror card. So that might be a sign for someone. Anyway. Once the tower has crumbled, you will be able to rebuild your home on solid ground with mighty foundations and a view that is so magnificent that it will take your breath away each morning. Kali, the goddess of destruction, and the Black Madonna are now with you. Lay it all on their altar. They can hold it all. What are you clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take this place? That is crazy. That is crazy. All right, what was the other one I was supposed to read? Just say yes. I don't know. Birthing a new age. Breaking the chain. What was the other one I was supposed to read? I think it was page 70. Nope. Shoot. Sorry, guys. Let me see. It was share your voice. This one's going to blow my mind too, I bet. That was the one we pulled. Share your voice was the one we pulled. There it is, right there. Right in front of me. Oh, God. This has got my stomach in knots. It's so crazy. These messages from angels. Or this is either from angels or your future self. It's messages from spirit, and like they're mind-boggling. So come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. You're being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing. We talked about writing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a truth within us that longs to be expressed. You guys, if you didn't watch this whole reading, I would go back, because all this came through. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silent or held back, chanting or singing could be life-changing for you. So that would imply work on your throat chakra. So that's singing, humming, and you can YouTube it, throat chakra, vibrations. But throat chakras get blocked by not speaking, like keeping to ourselves or hiding things. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak it, the clearer it gets. There's never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your soul's voice. Even if you're fearful, know that you're not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Express yourself, share your voice, speak to those who can hear you. Wow, wow, wow. So in this cage, and literally these cages and this hiding or pretending or feeling trapped, that all could be just by not expressing yourself. And, it's very metaphoric. So I am so curious about this. I would love you guys, please let me know in the comments how this was helpful and how it applied and resonated. And I will be checking back, but amazing freaking kind of heavy, but amazing message from spirit, your higher self, your angels, that can be life-changing. All right, I love you guys. Bye, Capricorn.